Do you like these shoes with the dress or these shoes? See, she was making plans. They all are making plans. Mary and Joseph are making plans. That's what they do when you're planning a wedding. You make plans. And they were planning a wedding. They were planning their life together. Now, they're not the only ones making plans. You know why? Because Joseph's parents have been making plans for him too. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that Mary girl over here with, you know, with Zedekiah and Ruth. They have a wonderful daughter. She's so sweet, so special. Yeah, we like her too. Well, you know, Joseph seems to be spending a lot more time over here with Annette, and you know, and so parents are making plans too. Oh, you're going to go off to college, son, and you're going to get a degree. And parents make plans for their children. Come on, you got to get good grades so that you can go to college. Wouldn't it be great if you had a soccer scholarship or a baseball scholarship? I remember when my son was 5 years old, and we were going to a Kansas City Royals professional baseball game. And we were in the car, and he looked at me, and it was his very first game. He was about 8 years old, and I bought him a Kansas City Royals blue jersey, and just thought that was awesome. He said to me, he said, "Daddy, how much do those men have to pay to play baseball?" And I said, "Son, they don't have to pay anything." He said, "You mean they get to play for free?" And I said, "Wow, this is interesting." He thought they had to pay to play baseball. He thought it was such a privilege to play baseball that they would pay to play baseball. Isn't that amazing how a young child thinks? And I turned to him and I said, "Aaron, if you're really good at baseball, I mean really good, they'll give you $1 million to play baseball." Now that 9-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old mind could not fathom that. And he just sat there stunned, silent, for at least 30 seconds.
Yeah, really. That long.
And he's like, "They'll pay me how much? They'll pay you how much?" You see, parents have dreams for their children and plans. Mary's parents had plans. They couldn't wait. They couldn't wait for Mary to get married and bring over the grandkids, and maybe they would get to babysit.
Yeah, really.
And be able to have opportunities to have family gatherings and go to Jerusalem together into the caravans and hold the baby and ride in the caravan together. Parents make plans for their children too. It's part of being parents. We want our children to succeed. You see, there was also Israel's plans. You see, Israel's plans had been that there would become a mighty king and he would come back into existence. And that there would be this time of Israel's coming, of a great king, and that they would be reestablished. You see, for over 500 plus years, ladies and gentlemen, Israel had been under rule and domination by somebody else. They were no longer a kingdom of themselves. They have seen their temple burned to the ground. They have been in destruction. They have been exiled. They have been in ruin. They have come back and rebuilt the wall and rebuilt the temple only to see it destroyed again. They have a man who leads them who's not even of Jewish lineage. And all of these things, Israel's waiting for the plan of the consolation of Israel. Israel has plans. And they keep looking. Is this the guy? Is this the guy? There was a man by the name of John Hyrcanus. And John Hyrcanus was a part of the rebellious time several years prior to the birth of Jesus. There were the Zealots who were constantly insurrectionists against the Roman domination. They constantly were looking and waiting, patiently wondering, is this the time? Is this the time? They had plans. The religious leaders had their ideas. They wrote all their books and their theological interpretations of what the plan of the Messiah was going to look like. He's going to come from here. No, he's not. He's going to come from over here. No, he's going to come riding a donkey. No, he's not. Who'd ride in on a donkey? He's going to come riding in on a horse. He is not. He's going to come in with a camel and an entourage. And they constantly were arguing and debating whose plans and what plans were to be fulfilled. I want to share with you today, as a Christian, you are not giving God your plans. He is giving you His.
Amen.
And if you don't believe me, would you please do me a favor after we're done today? Would you go read Genesis chapter 5 and read about the life of Noah? Would you please go read Genesis chapter 12 and begin to read the story of the journey of Abraham and Sarah? Would you go to the book of Exodus in chapter 2 and 3 and begin to read about the outpouring of the plan of the children to come out of Egypt and out of slavery, and God chose Moses. Go and read the story about Joshua and David and the prophet Jeremiah and Daniel. All of these individuals that are listed in the Bible remind us that God had a plan. And His plan is not random and coincidental and chaotic. It's ordered, it's intentional, and it's specific. Now, listen to the words that are found here in Proverbs chapter 16. It says, the plans of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of a man are clean in his own sight, but the Lord weighs the heart. Commit your works to the Lord, and your plans will be established. The Lord has made everything for its own purpose, even the wicked for the day of evil. God's plans overrule our plans. Number 2, God's plans are intricate. Number 3, our plans need correction. Number 4, our plans are purposed by God. So what does it take then for you and I? Trust in the plan of God. Just like Joseph and Mary did. So be it, Lord, as you wish, was the words of Mary. Immediately Joseph got up and did what the angel commanded him. Trust in God's plans. Listen to the psalmist in Psalm 131. O Lord, my heart is not proud, nor my eyes haughty, nor do I involve myself in great matters, or in things too difficult for me. Surely I have composed and quieted my soul. Like a weaned child rests against his mother, my soul is like a weaned child within me. O Israel, hope in the Lord from this time forth and forevermore. Therefore, God takes His plans and weaves them into your lives, and He makes them personal. You see, God takes and He weaves His plans into the midst of where you are and where He desires you to be. We need to live out God's plans in order to see that plan of His fulfilled in our life. He is involved in our lives. You see, He is involved, interweaving, interconnecting to us and with us, not just pushing us around or ordering us to do what He wants. God is not militant. He's not a militaristic leader. He's not going, hey, get this done. Go get that done. Get over here. Do this. And we're robotic. God is relational. He loves us. He wants you to know His plans for you because He loves you. Not because He's bossing you around. Most of the time, when we sense that God is bossing over us around and we're not willing to follow the plans of God, is when we are rebellious. And ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we have been too rebellious with God. We have been too dissident. We've been seeking our own selves. We resist the plans of God, and therefore we do the Jonah syndrome and we decide to go somewhere where God isn't. Well, God's everywhere. And so we need to realize that He wants to weave His plans into our lives, and they're personal.